Admiral Bulldog will go down the offlane. And Na'Vi gave number 2 the way they started game number 1 with first blood. Funny, she found RK in the tree line. The VS, well actually there's a pickup stun coming down with a track follow-up, and Funny, he's actually going to go down here. And what is this, Night Stalker?
That's how they play, man. Day Stalker, Night Stalker, it doesn't even matter.
Loader and MiSeRy coming to mid. Like, they've actually left the Visage on bottom lane to find level 6, and they're going to pick up Denny right now. Pick up, throw down, let's drag stun. They're dragging out his life points, the plants are feeling the return back in. Well, Admiral Bulldog's going to come in. Disruption. VS will have the stun as well. Trying to actually hold him in range of the tower with a wave of terror. Admiral Bulldog's a lot of damage being dealt, but of course, he's on the wrong side right now. The lightning will come in. Vanscore's got Shallow Grave. He's going to get his teammate away to safety. There's 1 point up in Soul Assumption as far as charges go, but the Plasma Field will ensure the kill. Vanscore trying to TP out will not be successful. And Na'Vi throwing a big fish over to Alliance as they go deep underneath the tower. Actually,
he's not that far.
Yeah, he's not. He really isn't. I've been seeing him taking out the cans from Alliance for their pull points, which might explain too why they're... No, even the supports, because the supports from Alliance were always either on the lane or being involved in these big kills. Yeah, my perspective is now changing. And then he's it again. Telik needs to pick him up, throw him back. Arcade's got the follow-up slow. And Vanscore, well, actually, one major turn to 2 right now. He'll have to Shallow Grave himself up. Chessie plants a field in 2 seconds. He's trying to stay in range so he can get the hit. He's out of range.
I would have preferred the buckler so he can just give armor to the push, but...
Smoke gank. Funny's coming on towards the top lane. He finds Loader going to drag him back. The rest of the line's pretty damn close, but getting it at the same time, Loader is already dead. Disruption. There's already a first TP's coming in, and there's Chessie. He's a little bit too far away, but then again, telling him to speak up on a force, drag him back. Magic missile stolen by MiSeRy. Perfect control, especially when the Doom comes through. And now the rest of Na'Vi will actually die in the top lane with Arcade getting himself a double kill. The Familiars are scouting it out. They're both going, well, only first one drop, second one drop, and the rest of Alliance are rotating over. MiSeRy and Chessie. The first one's in. Eye of the Storm Throw turned on. Yep. There goes your exits him out from Denny. They already found Chessie. They'll drag stun. Connects over on a Vorse. Roshan's still not dead just yet. And a Vorse, he's really melting underneath that Leshrac Edict. And VS, wow, Havor shot himself away to save, but puts Denny into harm's way, meaning his ultimate is now gone with the hero. And Roshan's just too low on life. Funnick is staying close by, but they've lost the Dazzle. The VS has to back himself up. And Funnick is watching closely, but he doesn't have anything apart from Blink Dagger to get himself in. Sticky Napalm's not really going to help him out here. And Roshan belongs to Alliance, as well as the Aegis, the Immortal. The worst fight Na'Vi could have potentially taken around Roshan has just happened. An opening, they got Admiral Bulldog dragging him back. The Weave's already starting over on Funnick, not to mention taking away the armor there of Admiral Bulldog. And Chessie being perched up. FNG just wants out, but Dendy is considering sticking around, but maybe with the telekinesis into Stolen Crib Swarm. Taking out the ST, sticking around should not happen. Funnick actually getting doomed up as well. Familiar to right itself. Now in comes Loader. Man, that Pulse Nova was doing some heavy lifting during the last engagement. And it's doing the same thing again. Funnick will die low, Vanscore dies high. And Jesse, he's the one at the front lines, but then again, so is Admiral Bulldog. And now they come in. They purge up the Razor, the Blink Lasso. Well, that's over on Loader at the moment, while Jesse trying to run himself away from this one. But then again, the Meg Charge forced up away. He's out. Home and Home said he can't keep up with him. Maybe his spirits can, however. The Lasso dragging Dendy down. He's a little bit more life, a little bit more time, but he does not have it. He's got a new setup in 16 seconds, however. But they want to go for another kill. They've got Sticky Napalm. They have Denny on the front lines. There goes your other Familiar. MiSeRy still in the neighborhood. The Yule Scepter sending him up. It's a defensive Crib Swarm from MiSeRy. And now in comes Florida and Admiral Bulldog. The punishment might be a little bit too much. There's Funnick at the same time. One last attack in from the Death Prophet to ensure that Loader does drop and Divorced. Now he's in trouble. Meg's available. Vanscore. Okay, that's a really premature Shallow Grave. He's going to TP out. That's the reason why. He realizes, well, Divorce is up to you to get yourself out of this one, and he will not. The Familiars, it's perfect Chainstone coming out from Arcade.
If you can only get objectives and not get all of them clearly without staying alive, it's just not worth it. And I'm not sure if this investment was the correct one. I think he needed a BKB this game.
I don't know if Alliance looking to actually try and find this one. The Weave's already having his effect. FNG, though, the Familiar Birds will bring him down. Not to mention get the follow-ups onto Dandy. Shallow Grave will buy him a little bit of time. Admiral Bulldog getting swapped down a long way while 4-star from Vanscore trying to get him out, but then the level death. It came and destroys him off. And now it's MiSeRy. He actually ended up stealing the swap from a Vorst. So he's going to try and hold a Vorst. He's chasing down MiSeRy underneath the tower. But it ends up being a fruitless effort.
Along with the fact that she has Shivas and Yules to grant herself
Of course, right in the Bulldog. They've bait out the BKB again. That's a 5-second BKB now, and the Doom is going to be used over on Vanscore. While of course, with that very aggressive swap, threw himself right into the middle of RK as well as MiSeRy. He buys, actually he bought a blade before death.
I don't know.
And now Horse has no buyback because he spent his money, but Income Alliance, they will take this mid-ranks. Denny is trying to keep him out with some Crib Swamp. MiSeRy, however, getting the jump on him. Now the BKB just spawning. He's managed to drag Chessie back in range of the tier 4 towers. They need more damage into him, and the X's are maybe just be exactly that. The SD disruption, keeping MiSeRy out of the play. Chessie, he does go down to the Shadow Demon, and Denny, he's still going to stay on the front lines. He's looking for a little bit more. Admiral Bulldog, again, that BKB charge going off from him. Alright, they're going to...
Speaking of that meat shield, though, it's coming.
They weave and they smoke.
Yeah. You know what? Bulldog has his refresh orb as well as his...
here. This could be really bad from Funny's going to come in. He's going to trigger the BKB almost instantly. The Familiars are right next to him. And the Wave of Terror, but look in the wrong direction. Alliance to the right, and Dendy. He's the one to get initiated on. The Shallow Grave's going to keep him alive. The Yule Scepter's still available as well as Cheese, and he won't use any of them. Yeah, he's zoomed up. He'll go down as well. Na'Vi made the wrong decision just then.
So critical.
He lost one of the Familiars.
Oh dear.
One's down. Wave of Terror and a basic attack from Avors has already got the Mana style. And they're committing the excess of Familiars. They're coming in again. Avors will see him, and now Admiral Bulldog. The BKB jumps are coming in, and Avors using his to get himself away from Funning. He's dragging Admiral Bulldog. He got him up on top of the cliff. Admiral Bulldog staying where he is. The attack's still going to be there. And the Firefly underneath them, he's going to blink dagger in a moment. But they're all just backing the crap up. SD, Disruption, trying to save himself, but it won't work. Visage sends the Familiars on him as he came back out of the Disruption. The Roshan sitting in half of his life points at the moment. The X's are on cooldown.
Are under attack.
But it can just refresh her and go again, but
yeah,
he's going to use sticky napalm to slow him down. I've also got Wave of Terror. Where's that refresher from Funnick? Not being used just yet. The silence from Dendy, the crew swarm as well. Admiral Bulldog gets a flame break, actually pushing Loader outside the pit. Roshan 500 life points. If they come, who's going to actually claim his life? Funnick, even that refresher, he's got the, it's actually killed off by the Radiant Cyber, snatched by the Bat Rider. She's is also still on the deck. Okay, he doesn't have that one. Loader, he's actually going to melt inside the pit. The Firefly is underneath them all. Funnick will finally go down to the plasma field. But as the Aegis Immortal will bring him back up again. Dendy, Yule Scepting Bulldog up and towards the air. Funny flicked himself down and out to safety, and she sniped out the Impiz rune, which managed to spawn during the middle of the entire engagement. The Familiars are trying to get back out again too. There's only one of them left, and Funnick, well, he's in range of some kind of detection. It's the gem over on MiSeRy.
He has lasso.
Yeah, he's jumping up, but he's still too short. He's going to sticky napalm. There's the Hex coming up from Denny Crimstorm as well. Got to actually get some distance here before he gives too much damage over to Chessie. While Admiral Bulldog trying to chase down Funnick, but he's just too quick with the force up as well. And maybe now they even turn to reinitiate.
Not to mention, I'm not even sure if Doom is the only thing he's scared of.
Oh, Funnick! He's in! He's got Admiral Bulldog. And there goes the Denny ultimate. They're going to bring down Admiral Bulldog before the fight can begin. The Mech Touch will go for Denny. Too much damage. The Shallow Grave get back out. The Exorcism stolen by MiSeRy. We need to get more distance here. Empty Disruption, then just coming out and again the jump that across. He's down on the sidelines, and Admiral Bulldog back to world living. Shiva's kind of slowing down all of Na'Vi. Funnick force-upping, BK being himself away. The refresher will have to do so. Now MiSeRy actually locked to the wrong side. The Ghost Scepter, he evaded the last take there from Funnick, and now Loader. They kill each other and they both drop their gems, but Na'Vi gets completely wiped on that front, and the only thing it really cost Alliance was a Rubick and a buyback from Admiral Bulldog.
Yeah. Dude, this MiSeRy guy, his Rubick is insane. This guy's actually so good at Dota, holy crap. He stole Exorcism there, and throughout the game he's already been stealing so much single target spells and making big plays out of them, but it was hard to point out because of the messiness of the fights. He stole Exorcism there, chased down some of the cores, and wow, just the amount of work he's doing on that hero right now, and of course Bulldog has a lot to be credited for.
Look how quick he's coming out. Like he wants to find an opening. One Na'Vi are falling back. Just one straggler. That's all he really wants. And he's not going to find anything.
His awareness has been phenomenal. And honestly, if Alliance win, he's MVP. Like, there's so many opportunities that are being created for both teams. And both teams are seizing it, but they're kind of overextending in many situations. So that results in a lot of these team fights. But MiSeRy, though, this guy, like, his position is amazing. And his awareness of the game so far has proven to be exceptional. Just the way he's making these plays, it's incredible. Keeping them in the game really with a lot of his Rubick plays. And so is Bulldog, of course, but that's already been touched upon. He is Doombringer after all.
Flying Batrider, they can see him, they blink down, and then over. BKB from Funnick, but he's not close enough to anyone. Now Chessie, he's still too far away. MiSeRy comes in, but the BKB's worn off. Refresher up will go. Secondary BKB now gonna go. At the same time, Dendy has triggered the exorcism. A little bit premature there from Dendy. At the same time, Admiral Bulldog knows what he's got to do. Give the top lane momentum and let it push towards the melee ranks.
Oh man, I was actually so impressed by what Funnick and Dendy did there. You know, it did seem premature, but those spells right there, they might have been necessary. I'm not too sure about the exorcism. That one's a really hard call in that situation, but what Funnick did was absolutely necessary. And it hurts him so much because his refresher is now down and the enemy knows that, but he had to do that.
FNG, get some distance. That static link was actually wasted just then. Is Denny going to refresh it for this? Admiral Bulldog's coming out. The Doom's already over on Denny. That's a force up away. Admiral Bulldog. You got his secondary Doom over on Funnick. Shelly will keep Funnick alive for now while the boss trying to battle up against MiSeRy, but these Ghost Scepters and Knee Blades are causing him so much trouble. He ran into the Alliance base just to die. Maybe he's looking for a nice place to bury his own body. But now Na'Vi, they're in so much trouble. They don't, well, they have Refresher ultimate for Dendy. Not the double ulti though, just the one. But they're missing the Batrider. He has buyback, but they're missing, probably more importantly, the VS as well. They don't have, well, I suppose the negative aura is there for the enemy, but who cares about that right now?
Oh dear.
It's actually Arcade. Arcade's gonna keep his span score! Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's quick! The Hex will come, fan score, turn to a Piglet, couldn't get his Shelly Grave off in time. He'll buy himself back into the game, and Denny will trigger the ultimate off. The Eul Scepter sending Loader up into towards the air, and Denny, he's just running out, balls deep into the middle of Loader. He's taking so much damage, Admiral Bulldog following him up as well, and Denny's down. This is big right now, Alliance, they could be taking the victory. But the Shallow Grave's keeping him alive, it's a little bit longer, but it's not long enough. GG is the call coming up from FNG. They've lost too many players, too many heroes. And the game will belong to Alliance. And Alliance and Na'Vi, the first teams to play here in the new season of the D2CL, will go 1-1. But it's not the end of the night. Make sure you do not turn your live stream off. Team Empire will be playing up next up against Team Tinker. It is our two-game series of the night. And Clairvoyance, I know you were lost for words before on that bottom fight, but, well, I say the bottom fight, the mid to bottom fight. Any last words to wrap up our game?
Well, the only afterthought I have is that, you know, both these teams obviously saw a huge shift in rosters. In this game right now, Toby, Alliance versus Na'Vi, there is no S4, there is no Puppy, and there is no Kuroki. But I think that game just now demonstrated that the long-standing rivalry from last year still stands true. And that's all I have to say about that.